Thank you guys for tuning to my YouTube channel. This is Como Jones. Let's jump real quick into part two of this diet is not for you. I've gotten down to a point of 8 toxic people. I want to read this and then I'm going to go and talk about it. 8 different types of toxic people that you should get rid of. Number one, those who spread negativity. Two, those who criticize all the time. Three, those who play the victim. Four, those who are jealous. Five, those who keep disappointing you. Six, those who are self centered. Seven, those who waste your time. And eight, those who play the victim. And with these different 8, which there's probably so many more, I just feel that these 8 are pretty powerful. You can actually, I think there's actually some memes out there, that kind of talk about what I'm talking about as well. But you have to get rid of the negativity. Those who spread negativity. There are a lot of people out there, man, who are just flat out negative. I recalled watching the Karate Kid the other day, and, I really didn't catch on back in the gap, what I'm saying, when I was young. I just thought it was a cool movie. But, looking at the movie now, Daniel Son was a horrible, negative person. Like, everything that shot out of his mouth was just always negative. You know what I'm saying? And to me, Daniel Son was a toxic person. So, therefore, me and Daniel Sutton couldn't be friends. We can't be friends because that boy was just always negative. No matter what, he just cried and complained about something. You got people that just cry and complain about their situation, about their life, about their position and stuff. And it's just like, hey, you have the power to get up and do whatever you need to do. So therefore, quit crying and complaining because it doesn't solve anything. You know, um, you know, not saying it badly, but I have a friend at one point where he goes, I would say, hey man, how you doing? He goes, man, I'm doing all right, but there's no reason to bitch about it because it doesn't solve nothing. So therefore, what I'm saying, don't bitch about it because it really doesn't solve anything. Like, to me, venting about certain things, it will help about it. But again, if you're just always negative, man, just, don't sit there and just have a pity party because a lot of people have pity parties about themselves and it's just not cool at all. And like I say, these other different ones, as far as the jealousy, the people that don't care, being self-centered, being envious, people who waste your time. As far as people who waste your time, I can admit that I have some people that possibly waste my time. And when I say waste my time, it's not the fact that you sit there and be like, well, dang, that's kind of cold and that's kind of harsh. But I have people who I try to invest in and I try to listen to. And some conversations that I listen to people, it's the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? I remember from a comedian, he was like, it's like you're watching the same thing on every channel. You know what I'm saying? It's the same show on every channel, no matter if you click channel 1 to click channel 400, it's the same exact thing. And some people are like that. And I can't sit here and say that, I can, um, have mercy or grace with that. It's just it's the chaos. You know what I'm saying? It's the chaos. It's the thrill of hey, if I don't really have no BS in my life, then what is there to talk about? You know what I'm saying? I've had people try to tell me that at one point. I'm like, man, change the channel. Talk about something else. There's so much stuff that you can gain out here, but you're sitting here recycling the same mess, the same stuff. And I remember having somebody was just like, well, what is there to talk about? There's a lot. There, like, there's a lot of stuff to where I don't need to hear this story 8 different times and it's the same story. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find out people who waste your time. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't get that back. What we use in time is what we use in time, and so therefore your time is precious. And so I would encourage you to set boundaries for yourself as far as wasting time. I've set boundaries for myself as far as Facebook and stuff. I really, I'll go on Facebook and I'll scan through Facebook here and there. And what I do now is if I'm watching a movie or if I'm drinking some coffee, I'll post that as far as on my status. There's no reason for me to sit here and ask for attention as far as oh, I stubbed my toe this morning or whatever the case may be. Like, I understand in Facebook, as far as the prayer thing and stuff, people can do that. That's cool. But as far as like that whole Debbie Downer stuff, that whole needing attention, that whole just wasting time, because there are people who argue about things and it's like there's no resolution to it, or you may have the resolution but you're choosing not to because you're still choosing to entertain the misery. So I don't have time for that. So I'd encourage you to set boundaries for yourself. As far as I'm gonna cut off. I'm gonna cut off Facebook or cut off. At this point in time, because one thing that I try to do now, that I caught myself. If I go to a bar and hang out with some friends, or if I go to somebody's house, man, there's a couple times that I've caught myself having my face buried into my phone. And it's just like, well, what am I doing? They invited me over here, so therefore I need to give them my undivided attention and be there. Again, social media to me is toxic. It has some good things. It has some good attributes. It has some good things, but also that has some bad things on that. Facebook can easily trigger. If you watch a lot of those videos, like if you click on a video and scroll up in different videos, Facebook can have you happy in one moment, crying in the next, and it can have you upset another, and then it can probably have you on some racist mess because I can't say that it's designed for that, but it's so much crap out there, man, and it's so easy to get that toxic, juju. I call it juju, to get that toxic juju, placed upon you to where, it's just, it can consume you. You know what I'm saying? Who likes a miserable person? I can't stand a miserable person because it's like, it's like crap or get off the pot. You know what I'm saying? It's make up your mind, do what you need to do, or basically just shut up because you're gonna be in this situation because you're allowing yourself because you like it because whatever the reason you like it for, or you can sit there and get off and you can apply these steps for yourself and you can do whatever you need to do to better your situation. You know what I'm saying? And this video, I don't know what the response will be, but if you're going through a person to where you're like a dog chasing his tail, hey, keep chasing your tail, and eventually you're gonna bite it and be out and say ouch, or you're gonna stop chasing your tail and realizing that it's your own tail and that you need to say, hey, well, there's so much things for me to gain positively, so let me go over here and apply the correct steps or the correct things that I need in my life because you know I'm trying to go somewhere in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be something in life. And so therefore, I've had people that, have dragged me down and stuff. I've been there and done that, you know what I'm saying? And it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not a cool thing to experience. And I'm just trying to encourage you to, get rid of those people, that criticize that, no matter what you do, if you can sit there and be like, oh man, I lost 2 pounds. Yeah, but 5 would have been better. You know what I'm saying? You have so many people that are just out there as far as just vultures and just draining people. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much just negativity and mess out there, man. And, sift yourself. I'm gonna say this last little story here. I was at a bar the other day and talking to a guy and I use this quote a lot. Good things happen to bad people. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that there's bad people, bad things happen too. But good things happen to bad people. And this guy, he and I were talking. He saw me across the room, and I knew in my head that he was going to come over and talk to me. And so came to my table. We sat down and had a conversation and things. And he was going on about his life as far as how he would help people, and he would think that because I helped him, my not necessarily my blessing, but my karma should come back, or my expectations should come back, or why are these people not happy that I'm succeeding and stuff. Listen, toxic people do not want to see a happy person happy, period, because they're sitting there talking, like, why are they happy? Well, let me see what I can do to try to bring them down to my level. You know what I'm saying? Toxic people do not want you to succeed. You know what I'm saying? Misery loves company, period. You know what I'm saying? If you're a miserable person, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to do whatever you're trying to do to make this party more than just one. You know what I'm saying? You're not sitting here trying to make it, just by yourself because, you're miserable. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be by yourself. Let me bring somebody else and bring them down to my level and stuff of that nature. And so therefore I explained to him certain things as far as you have to sift out, you know what I'm saying? Because he goes, well, they're all my friends. Okay, well, obviously they're not because you have some of those so called friends who are envious and jealous of your lifestyle. They're envy and jealous of your success. They're envy and jealous of how you carry yourself, your posture. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things. There's so many small things that certain people do envy and criticize about, and you would think that it's huge, but some people very minute. And because again, I've been in that situation, and so therefore, I told him, I said, man, you have to sift out. What you consider, who you consider a friend. Like to me, I have a few friends. I have a lot of associates. I have a lot of acquaintances because there are some people who drain me. There are some people who waste my time. There's some people who criticize. There's some people who are negative. There are some people who are just self-centered and egotistic, and they're about themselves and nothing else. There are people who are out there just to get them and to bring other people down and screw people over. And so therefore, I'm saying I don't have to deal with that. And I explained him different steps and I talked to him and stuff. And on a sad note, he got up and I guess reality hit him, in a way because he got up and I think he was just real hurt and he took off. And I think that hopefully the result is that he will learn and be able to sit there and start in his mind and said, okay, well, let me back up and see and evaluate what's in front of me. But I really think that it hurt his feelings and he kind of cried, not trying to make it sound funny, because that it really sucks because you have genuine people out here who want to help, who want to do good and stuff, and again, I've been one of those genuine people and stuff who try to help and everything, and it's cost me a lot of turmoil and stuff, but I'm still here. And so hopefully with that guy, man, he gets his life right, and he begins to see the face value of who he is, and know that it's not him, it's the things that it's surrounding, it's the atmosphere that you surround. And so long story short, for you, if you're a person that believes that, hey, I'm a good person but bad things happen to me, it's more than so probably not you, it's probably what's around you. So therefore, apply into your life, what I'm saying, and evaluate who you call friend, who you're surrounding yourself with, what is surrounding you, and set up boundaries. What I'm saying? Get off of Facebook at a certain time. Get off of anything social media. Really, have you some you time. Listen to some music, poetry. What I'm saying? Go out to a movie or watch a movie. Have some you time. What I'm saying? And just begin to apply those steps into your life, and I guarantee you, there will be a lot better. You'll have less stress. You won't have anxiety. Those people's spirit and their spirit and their energy won't reflect you and jump on you, because there was a point in time to where people's negative energy and stuff would jump on me, and it would put me in a funk. And so therefore, you have to apply those things in life. And so therefore, again, I tell you, watch out who you call friend, because not everybody is your friend. Make boundaries. Set boundaries for yourself. Have cutoff times. I know it probably sounds crazy, but have cutoff times on your social media. Have some you time. Listen to some music. Let's watch a movie. Write. Do whatever. But don't be a part of social media, and get rid of those toxic people who are jealous, who are envious, who are self-centered, who are about themselves, who don't care. What I'm saying? Those who waste your time. Those people who criticize, like all of that. And I guarantee you, you'll do good. But again, the end of this series, this diet may not be for you. Thank you guys for tuning to my channel. This is Como Jones. I love you guys with all my heart. I'm gonna hit you up again soon. Much love. Be blessed. Bye bye.